So the final whistle has gone at Carrow Road, and Blackburn Rovers do kind of the unthinkable and don't lose a bloody game, of course, against us high-flying, promotion-chasing, playoff-bound Norwich City in a game which was pretty much evenly spread. And I'm not saying that because I'm wearing blue and white tinted glasses. I'm saying that because it was the gospel truth, boys and girls. We were there. We weren't there just to make up the numbers. We were there to give them a game, and of course it was like a play without fear, play with freedom sort of performance from Rovers, which was kind of set apart or given the rights from minute one or minute go. The first 2 or 3 minutes, and in fact the first 10 minutes, Rovers were breathing down the necks, of course, of Norwich City to try and get themselves in the game and commanding a foothold of this match. And to be fair, the first half ended 0-0 with Rovers comfortably in this game, and of course Norwich decided to mix things up a bit with some of their substitutions, some forced, some of course planned by of course the managerial staff of Farker and co, but ultimately they did break the deadlock first and foremost with a goal, a 1-0, giving them the lead on this one. Of course the goal scorer is coming from, of course, Kenny McClean. To be fair, not gonna lie, don't know too much about him, but he had a crisp old finish in the end to give them the lead, and at that point, you know what, I thought it was going to be the same old for Blackburn Rovers. But no, we of course stood up to the challenge, and of course Mowbray makes some changes of his own. Some again were master strokes, some weren't that great. But unfortunately, as you can see, we got the goal back through Iron Long himself, Sam Gallagher. There's a striker in there. There is a striker, and of course he isn't a one-trick pony. Once he gets his confidence levels back, I still think we can get something out of him. I think that's number 6 for the season for him, and it is with his head. Of course, he can score with his feet, he score with his head. He just needs more games, and of course play it in his preferred position down the middle. As you can see from the stats and figures, pass accuracy for Rovers was up there today, 80% success rate, with of course compared to the best passing team in the championship. That's of course Norwich with 83% success rate as well. We had quite a fair amount of shots as well, 11 to their 16, and again shots on target again go in favour of the leaders, and of course the hosts 7 to our 4. As for the possession, again it seemed that Rovers were of course equal, if not better than Norwich for the vast majority of the game, but they apparently, according to this, they had more of the possession as well, 56 to our 44. Again, for me, this was a free hit, and again, it doesn't really do much for us in the table, just keeps us in the middle region of the table, with, of course, the rest of the season to look forward to in my eyes. Of course, the Venkies may have their own things, or they may have their own plans, they may have their own schemes for the future of Blackburn Rovers and the future of Tony Mowbray. To be fair, I don't think this performance warrants a cutthroat approach by Venkies, and I don't think Mowbray would see this as a loss. I think he would see this as, of course, a point in the right direction. And for me, if you've not checked out my video already, I've got a Mowbray in video on the channel, and it does say that Mowbray needs to have a 1.84 points per match tally over the course of the season to get himself not only to safety, but of course to better last season's tally. That's of course still on the agenda, especially with today's performance. That performance today adds to the point we picked up against Bristol City, and adds to the point that we picked up against Swansea. Those 3 points combined make up for the dropped points that we kind of I anticipated that we would get from the Bristol City game. So basically, we are where we need to be for Mowbray to keep on keeping on. Of course, the next game though, it becomes the most important for Rovers, and it is a difficult, awkward game against Wycombe Wanderers, who continue to keep on keeping on. They're grinding out the results. I know that it looks like they're nailed on to go down, but they have picked up 6 wins this season, and it could easily make it number 7 against a wobbly kind of out of form Blackburn Rovers. But today it was the Rovers that we got excited about back at the start of the season, and of course we'll go again after the international break. And speaking of going again, we'll go again with, of course, a detailed review from the match. We'll have a little look what the fans are saying on Twitter. We'll have a little look what the gaffer's saying on, of course, of course with his post-match thoughts and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we look forward to the game against Wycombe, which will be on Friday, the April the 2nd. It won't be April Fool's Day. It'll be the day after that, and of course we'll look forward to that. After that, though, it becomes a little bit more difficult up against Bournemouth, and I feel that we need to win that game as well as the following game against Cardiff. So we've got 3 games, to be honest with you. I think, in all honesty, we need to go through those 3 games, not just unbeaten, but of course picking up a comfortable, at least 2 wins out of those next 3 games to get us moving in the right direction. We've got to come back, refresh, revitalise after the international break, as long as nothing crazy goes on at the admin, managerial sort of hierarchical level. I don't think it will do. I think it will stay it is, and I don't think there is any reason to pull. Well, there is reasoning to cut to cut ties with the manager with the form that we have. But of course, drawing against the leaders at their own place, of course, is a pretty good way to enter the international break. We'll go again though. Of course, 2nd of April. I'll be here, of course, with the preview and of course a watch along. And again, make sure you come back for the detailed review later on. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching. Of course, make sure you check out the links down below on Twitter, Facebook, and again Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best place to do. Until later, I'll see you all next time. Until then, I'm out.